thank you so much for your time. You're having a great year. As of this
you.
moment, my 2 favorite movies of the year, Companion and Novocaine.
Oh my God, thank you.
Hey, we're only in March, but
We're
also...
we're very early.
I have seen like 20 movies.
Thank you, man.
More importantly, though, my wife, who doesn't like gore and violence, movie ended last night. She started clapping. Goes, "That's hilarious," and she thought it was great. So
okay, good. Yeah.
Was able to pass the wife test.
I mean, that's all we're trying to do at the end of the day. That's incredible. Thank you for saying that. Amazing.
So, with the movie, the first third is basically a rom-com.
Yeah.
But you got to get to the action. So how did you go around building that chemistry where you care so much about them so efficiently?
Well, I got to give a lot of credit to my co-star Amber Midthunder and also the directors Dan Burke and Bobby Olson. That was really important to them, and that was the most important thing to them. And that's a big reason why I wanted to be on the movie, because I knew that the action wouldn't work if you didn't care about this relationship, because that's the thing that Nate's trying to save the entire time. So we really made sure to rehearse those scenes. Like, I rehearsed those scenes in that rom-com portion, you know, just as much as I rehearsed all those action sequences, just to make sure we dialed that in right, and also left it open to spontaneity and improvisation and, you know, those little human things where, you know, the audience can connect and hopefully root for this relationship, because the whole movie rests on that. But it was really surreal because we shot that more or less in sequence. We shot all the romance stuff in the beginning, and then, you know, I basically just lulled myself into I basically just kind of thought I was making a rom-com for a second, you know, and then one day it was like, boom, bank robbery, and every day is a stunt day, and it just became a different movie. But it was so rewarding to do every second of it. It was amazing.
So one of the movies you mentioned as an inspiration or influence on the red carpet to the person next to me yesterday was Hard Boiled.
It's so good.
You said that you started speaking my love language. Anything in this movie that specifically you had fun pulling from Hard Boiled?
Oh man, I mean, it was more so like the movie was already written, obviously. But I just remember just the sense of fun they can have in that movie while still pulling off some pretty incredible stunts, but hopefully it not feeling too over the top, you know, to like a too silly degree as well. Like they're able to. I mean, there is that scene in Hard Boiled where he's rescuing all the babies from the hospital and the fire, and his leg gets caught on fire, and the baby pees out the fire. So there is that. But just the sense of fun they're having with that movie, while it also being like an action classic, I think is just so cool. And I pulled a lot from movies for this. I have a playlist of songs, and I definitely did for this. But I watched a lot of movies to kind of get into the headspace. It's like Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, Hard Boiled, but also, I'd say like Before Sunrise was big. True Romance was big. Secret Life of Walter Mitty, It's a Wonderful Life. Just stuff to kind of get into the headspace of who Nate is as a character, and then like to insert that person, you know, like a Walter Mitty or a Jimmy Stewart and It's a Wonderful Life into an insane action movie. Like that was kind of what I drew from.
So I loved it. I want to have more movies like this made.
Oh,
Hollywood loves franchises. Is there any talk of what you might do?
I mean, look, that's the dream. I'd love to keep playing this character as many times as possible. I hope people see the movie. I hope they enjoy it, because that would, you know, definitely help us get a second movie. But no, that would be an absolute dream. Yes, I'm in 1,000%.
Just on a totally different note, my whole family together has been watching My Adventures with Superman.
Oh, no
from
way.
Our 5-year-old to the 13-year-old to me in my 40s. And so just thank you so much that you were able to bring my family together and have fun. There's not a lot of shows that we all enjoy, so that means a lot to me.
Oh, that means the world. Thank you so much for watching the show. That seriously means the world to all. I mean, it's so surreal to... I never in my wildest dreams thought I'd be the voice of Superman. So that's just been a dream come true. But lately, meeting, you know, even, you know, specifically like younger people who enjoy the show has been so rewarding and so cool. So thank you for watching.
Absolutely. Loved the movie last night. Made for a great date movie. And I truly mean it. Those are my 2 favorite movies of the year thus far.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, buddy.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Hey, how are you?
Hey, great to meet you.
So, thanks for being here.
What's harder to play? Someone that can't feel pain or acting like you're feeling pain in a role?
Ooh. I think acting like you can't feel pain, it was harder for me. because I think I'm so used to doing other stunt sequences where they really tell you to sell the pain every single time. You know, that's also like a natural human response, you know? Like you get hit in the head and you're like, oh, like you have to, in every movie or TV show, you have to do that. But for this one, I had to resist that kind of natural response and just, you know, trying to figure out how to fight like the character. That was the biggest challenge of this movie. Like if I get punched in the head, my head's gonna move, but I can't react. And now it's ruined me for other fight scenes. Like I was shooting the boys the other day, a stunt sequence, and I get punched in the face. And I remember our stunt, John Koyama, our amazing stunt coordinator, was like, dude, remember you can feel pain. So it was really interesting and such a challenge. It was so rewarding and so fun to do. I love anything involving physicality and using my body in any way. So I was really a big fan.
In a bunch of your films, you play kind of a everyman that's so innocent that then has a violent side. What draws you to this type of role?
Oh, man. I think that there's something, I love making an audience laugh, but also I think I get it equally as big of a kick as just making an audience go, ugh. Like there is something... I realized this about myself in the recent years where I'm like, oh, man, I really love that. No, I mean, you try to find little differences with every character that you play. I think that Nate is a guy. What I like about him is he's someone who is trying to, you know, he has this rare disorder where he can't feel pain. So he's trying to, it kind of keeps you in a bubble a little bit because you can't take that many risks. Just because you can't feel pain doesn't mean you can't get hurt. You know, and pain is very much the body's warning system. So he has to live his life in a very scheduled, regimented way. And then, you know, him going on this journey to save his girlfriend, it's kind of the first time he's in the real world and experiencing it. So that was a really fun journey to play. And this is probably one of the more innocent characters I've ever played because of that reason. And I one of my favorites too, because he is so sweet. Like he's such a genuine sweetheart and very heroic. So yeah, no, he was definitely a highlight of my career so far. I loved playing Nate.
Final question, quick one. What's your comfort action movie, the one you can put on anytime?
Oh, this is a good question. This is a great question. I think I'm gonna have to go with, I mean, I know a lot of people will probably say this, but I'm gonna have to go with Die Hard, because it's also a Christmas movie. But I have to say in recent years, Nobody. Yeah, that's definitely a comfort action movie. Bob Odenkirk is so good in that. I had the pleasure of working with the director of that, Ilya. He's incredible. I just can't wait to see what that guy does next. But Nobody is unbelievable.
Can't wait for the second one coming out later this year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, same here. Big time.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to see it.
All right. Thank you for being here, man.